Happy morning to you all children. Welcome to your mathematics class. Chapter 4. Today we are going to start with new exercise 4.2. In this we are going to learn inverse proportion. First let us see what is inverse proportion. Two quantities x and y are said to be in inverse proportion if an increase in x leads to a decrease in y. If x increases, y decreases, or else x decreases, y increases. That is called as vice versa, in such a way that the product xy remains constant. So constants means what? Same. Xy remains a constant. Before in the last session you have learned about the direct proportion. What is direct proportion? As x increases, y also increases. As x decreases, y also decreases. Then it is called as a direct proportion. But here it is just opposite. It is given, see, just listen to the statement children. Two quantities x and y are said to be in inverse proportion if an increase in x leads to a decrease in y. That is, as x increases, y decreases, or x decreases, y increases, in such a way that the product xy remains constant. That is, xy is equal to k you can take. That is called as a constant. But in direct you have learned x1 divided by y1 is equal to x2 divided by y2. Okay. Now let us move on to the inverse proportion. In detail we'll see. Let us consider the following situation. The following table shows the number of workers and the number of days to finish the construction of water tank in school. Okay. Number of workers 2, 4, 5, 10. Number of days. If for 2 numbers means 40 days it takes. For 4 it is 20. For 5 it is 16. And for 10 it is 8. In this situation, the two quantities, namely number of workers and the number of days, are related to each other. We observe that when number of worker increases, the number of days to finish the job decreases. I think you understood. When the number of worker increases, the number of days, how many days they have to work, no, the number of days getting decreases because the number of workers is increasing. So as x increases, y decreases. Consider the number of worker as x and the number of days as y. Then we note that the product is always the same. That is, x into y is equal to 2 into 40 is equal to 4 into 20 is equal. If you multiply everything, you will get the same answer, that is 80. That is called as a constant. X into y is equal to k. That's what the definition says. Okay. Consider each of the value of x and the corresponding value of y. Their products all equal. What is the meaning of product, children? Multiplication. So x into y is equal to 80. That is nothing but a k, where k is a constant and it can be expressed as xy is equal to k. Okay, so if y1 and y2 are the values of y corresponding to the values of x1 and x2 of x respectively, so then x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2 is equal to k you can write. We say that x and y are in the inverse proportion. Okay, now let us move on to some examples based on the inverse proportion. Example 4.5. 60 workers can spin a bale of cotton in 7 days. In how many days will 42 workers spin it? So let x be the required number of days. The decrease in number of workers leads to increase in the number of days. So it is a inverse proportion. So x1 into y1 is equal to x2 y2. Just you multiply 60 into 7 is equal to 42 into x. So x is equal to 60 into 7 by 42. You can cancel. 7 6 are 42, then 6 10s are, so your x is equal to 10. So in 10 days 42 workers can spin a bale of cotton. So that is your final. Example 4.6. The cost of one box of a tomato is rupees 200. Vendan had money to buy 13 boxes. If the cost of the boxes increased to rupees 260, then how many boxes will he buy with the same amount? Okay. I think you understood the question, children. The cost of one tomato box is rupees 200. He had a money to buy 13 boxes. but the boxes increased to rupees 260. So he will buy how many boxes he will buy? That is the in the same amount how many boxes he will buy? That is the question you have to find. Solution: the cost of one box equal to rupees 200. The increased cost of one box equal to rupees 260. Let x be the number of boxes bought by Vendan. As cost of the box increases, then the number of the boxes decreases. When the cost increases means the number of boxes whatever he is going to buy will it will get reduced. So this is an inverse proportion. Therefore, x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. You just draw a table. Number of boxes 13. Cost in rupees is 200. So now the cost is 260 means how many number of boxes he will buy, that we have to find. Okay, so 13 into 200 equal to x into 260. So x into 260 equal to 13 into 200. You just bring the 260 down. X is equal to 13 into 200 by 260. You simplify it, you will get the answer. X is equal to 10. Therefore, he can buy 10 boxes for the same amount. Okay, now let us move on to the exercise problem. Exercise 4.2. Exercise 4.2. First term letter, fill in the blanks. First subdivision, 16 taps can fill a petrol tank in 18 minutes. The time taken for 9 taps to fill the same tank will be in dash minute we have to find. It is like the taps can fill a petrol tank in 18 minutes. The time taken for 9 tap to fill the same tank we have to find. So automatically the minutes will get increases. Okay, so now you apply the formula. 16 into 18 equal to 9 into x you take. Now bring that 9 down. So 16 into 18 by 9, you can cancel 9 2s are 18. Okay, now multiply 16 into 2. What will be your answer? 32 is your answer. Okay, now second subdivision. If 40 workers can do a project work in 8 days, then dash workers can do it in 4 days. Okay, so the same type you have to do 40 into 8 is equal to 4 into x. Now bring the 4 down, you cancel 10 times, so your answer is 80. 80 is your solution. You can try this, children. You can solve it and see. Okay, now let us move on to the problem number 2. Question number 2. 6 pumps are required to fill a water sump in 1 hour 30 minutes. What will be the time taken to fill the sump if one pump is switched off? So they have switched off the one pump. You have to find how much the time will be taken. Solution: let x be the required time taken. You take, we don't know how much time it takes, so you take it as x. Let x be the required time taken. Then you draw a table. Time taken in minutes, number of pumps. Time taken in minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes is given. Convert everything into a minutes. 1 hour equal to how many minutes, children? 60. Very good. So 60 plus 30, you will get 90 minutes together. Okay, so 90 m. And in number of pumps, in 90 minutes, how many number of pumps? 6. So just write 6 there. 6 pumps required to fill a water sump in 90 minutes. Next one, they had what will be the time taken to fill the sump if one pump is switched off. So from the 6, they switched off the one pump. So 6 minus 1 equal to 5. So we want to find the time taken in minutes, that you take it as x. As the number of pump increases, the time taken to fill the sump will be less. So number of a pump increases, the time taken to fill the sump will be less. So okay, so now therefore they are in inverse proportion. So you write the formula: x1 y1 is equal to x2 into y2. So 90 into 6 is equal to x into 5. So x is equal to 90 into 6 divided by 5. You just simplify it, you will get the answer 108 minutes. Now you have to convert into hour. 108 divided by 60. You just divide it, so your answer will be 1 hour 48 minutes. So time taken by pump to fill 1 hour 48 minutes. For in number of pumps, in 5 pumps, it will take a time to fill the pump in 1 hour 48 minutes. Okay, now let us move on to question number 3. So therefore time taken by the pump to fill the tank is 1 hour 48 minutes. Now question number 3. A farmer has enough food for 144 ducks for 28 days. If he sells 32 ducks, how long will the food last. So if he is selling 32 ducks means how long it will the food will last, he is we want to find. So let the required number of days be x, you take number of days, with that only we are going to find number of ducks. So in the table, number of days 28 and number of ducks 144. The other thing we have taken as x. Now they had given he sells 32 ducks. So from 144 he sells 32 ducks. So you just subtract 144 minus 32. So your answer is 112. So as the number of duck decreases, the food will last for more days. That is correct only. No, if the number of duck will reduce means the food they need will get the number of days will be increases only. So they are in the opposite. So they are in inverse proportion. So x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. Now multiply 28 into 144 is equal to x into 112. So x is equal to 28 into 144 divided by 112. You simplify it. Your answer is x is equal to 36. Therefore, the food lasts for 36 days. Okay, children, are you all clear? Now, let us move on to problem number 4. Question number 4. It takes 6 days for 10 machines to dig a hole. Assuming that all machine works at the same speed, how long will it take 30 machines to dig the same hole? We want to find the same hole. You take, let the number of days required be x, you take. As you draw a table, number of machines and number of days. So number of machines 10, number of days is 60, that is already given in the question. It takes 60 days for 10 machines to dig a hole. So 10, 60 you take. Then the next number of days we have to find, the number of machines increases 30. So as the number of machine increases, it takes less days to complete the work. So the days will get automatically decreases. The machines increases means the work they to dig the hole, the number of days will get decreases. Therefore they are inverse proportion. So x1 into y1 is equal to x2 into y2. So 10 into 60 is equal to 30 into x. Just x is equal to simplify it, 10 into 60 divided by 30. Cancel it by 2 table. So x is equal to 20 is your answer. Okay. So it takes sorry children, so it takes 20 days to dig the hole. Okay, so it takes 20. So if the 30 machines are available means it takes 30 days to dig the hole. Now next question number 5. Let us move on to problem number 5. 40 students stay in a hostel. They had food stock for 30 days. If the students are doubled, then for how many days the stock will last? I think you understood. They are having in 40 students are there in the hostel. The food is there for 30 days. If the number of students get doubled, double means what? Multiplied by 2. Okay, it is doubling. So we want to find how many days the food will last. So you take the solution. Let the required number of days be x. Now draw a table. Number of days, number of students. Number of days 30. Number of students 40. So now it is given in the question the number of students doubled. So 2 into 40 is equal to 80. So number of days we want to find. As the number of students increases, the food lasts for less number of days. So the number of days of the food will get decreases since the number of students increases. Therefore they are inverse proportion. So x1 into y1 is equal to x2 y2. 30 into 40 is equal to x into 80. X is equal to 30 into 40 by 80. You can cancel 40 2 times 80 you will get again 2 times 15. So your x is equal to 15 is your answer. Therefore the food stock lasts for 15 days if the number of students get doubled. That is, if the number of students 80 means then the food lasts only for the 15 days. Okay, so today's session is over children, and in the next session we will continue with the problem number 6. Have a nice day children. Thank you ma'am.